Hi students, today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 8, Introduction to Trigonometry, right? Introduction to Trigonometry. And in the chapter, we are having 4 concepts, right? In the chapter, we are going to discuss 4 concepts, but they have deleted a 30% of portion. So one concept has been deleted, right? One concept, that is nothing but complementary angles. First you want to know that what are the concepts we are having in this chapter. First you want to know that what are the concepts we are having in this chapter. The first concept is nothing but trigonometric ratios, right? The first concept is nothing but trigonometric ratios, right? First we will see the, so we are having 4 concepts, right? Trigonometry, we are having 4 concepts. The first concept is nothing but trigonometric ratios, T ratios, trigonometric ratios. The second concept is nothing but trigonometric ratios on of some specific angles, right? Trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. For some specific angles alone, we will see that, right? And third concept is nothing but complementary angles, right? Complementary angles, right? And the last concept is nothing but identities, right? Algebraic identities in polynomials, I think so. In polynomials, we saw that algebraic identities. Here in trigonometry, it is nothing but trigonometric identities, right? Trigonometric identities, right? So among these 4 concepts, the complementary angle, this entire concept has been deleted for this year alone, right? For this year alone, actually among the 4 concepts, and this is the very easy concept, very easy concept, right? Very easy concept, but your bad luck, they have deleted this concept alone, right? They have deleted this concept alone. So remaining the 3 concepts alone we are having, right? Remaining 3 concepts, right? So among these 3 concepts, right? Among the 3 concepts, we can expect 1 mark or 2 mark from the first 2 concepts, right? At 3 mark and 4 mark, surely we can expect from this identities alone, right? This is the very important concept, right? We are very important concept, and moreover, while we are solving this concept or this chapter, right? While we are solving, right? We are having a infinite number of ways, right? We are having infinite number of ways to find the solution. Infinite number of ways to find the solution, right? And from this chapter only, so many creativity, right? So many creativity will create, right? So many creativity, like I told you already, right? So there are the infinite number of, in this particular concept I am saying that there are the infinite number of ways to find the solution, right? Infinite number of, so while we are solving this particular concept, right, we will get so many creativity, right? And so many creativity, by using this method we can find, or by using that method, which is applicable, like this we will think, right? We will think and we will solve, like it's a very easy, and what is it, creativity concept, right? Okay, while we are solving, but before solving this concept, right, so first we want to know some basics. These are the basics, right? So we want to know some basics. What is meant by sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, and why we are studying that, and what are things it's coming based on sin theta, cos theta. Like this, we have to see all those things, right? And based on that only we will solve this one, right? Okay, only we are today we are going to see only the introduction part alone, right? So what are the concepts we are having? Trigonometric ratios of some specific angles, and trigonometric identities, right? Trigonometric identities, only these 3 concepts alone, right? Okay, before that, trigonometric ratios, right? Trigonometric ratios. See, before entering into that, you want to know for what purpose we are studying trigonometry. For what purpose we are studying for trigonometry? See, simple, very simple, right? For calculating the height or length or whatever it may be, right? For calculating the height or length, right, or angle, what angle we have constructed some building, right? Suppose if you want to calculate your height of your home, right? If you want to calculate the height of any one building, right? It is very easy to calculate with the help of the trigonometry, right? So just we are forming the building in terms of right angle triangle, right? Right angle triangle, and the AB is nothing but height of the building, right? AB is nothing but height of the building, and it's nothing but always it will be perpendicular, right? And BC is nothing but, what is that? Plane surface. BC is nothing but plane surface. I'm saying that from C you are just measuring that, or if from C, from the point C you are seeing the top of the building A, right? You are seeing the top of the building and just you want to measure that what is the length of AB, what is the height of the AB, or what is the height of the building. That only you want to find, right? See, it's a right angle triangle. It's a right angle triangle, right? I just form like in terms of right angle triangle. Triangle, right triangle, ABC, right? Right triangle, ABC. If you know that any two sides and if you know any two sides, then we can find the third side, right? Suppose it is a 4 centimeter and it is a 5 centimeter. Then we can find the length of AB, right? By using, what is it? By using Pythagoras, right? Pythagoras theorem, right? By using the Pythagoras theorem property, right? Hypotenuse square is equal to, right? Hypotenuse square is equal to adjacent square plus opposite square. Adjacent square plus opposite square, right? So before that, you want to know what is mean by hypotenuse, what is mean by adjacent, and what is mean by opposite, right? And these things and all, right? Pythagoras theorem itself created, right, are formed from this property alone, from this chapter alone. The Pythagoras theorem itself has been. See that actually Pythagoras theorem property is nothing but hypotenuse square equal to adjacent square plus opposite square, right? No, it's not. It's not a adjacent square plus opposite square. Usually, how we will study means, right, opposite to the right angle. That is nothing but biggest side of a, right, biggest side of a right angle triangle. That is nothing but opposite side to the right angle. Sorry, opposite right side to the right angle is something but what is it? Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square is equal to, right? Hypotenuse square is equal to altitude square, right? Altitude square plus base, right? Base square. Likewise, only we have studied, right? So, adjacent and opposite. Why we are using adjacent and opposite means simple. In the trigonometry ratio only, adjacent and opposite both we are using. Simple. See that this is nothing but right angles, right? So, how many angles are there in a triangle? How many angles are there in a triangle? Totally 3 angles, right? Totally 3 angles. And in a right angle triangle, among the 3 angles, one angle should be right angle, 90 degree. One angle should be right angle, right? So remaining 2 angle must be a acute angle, right? One remaining 2 angle must be a acute angle. Acute, that's very important, right? What is mean by acute angle? Less than 90 degree. The angle less than 90 degree is otherwise called as a acute angle, right? So the angle A is equal to angle A and angle C are the acute angles, right? Are the acute angle, right? A right angle triangle, among the 3 angles, one angle is a right angle. The remaining 2 angles are the acute angles, right? Acute angles, right? I'm just assuming that any one angle, right? I'm just assuming any one angle is a theta. We don't know the value, so just I'm assuming, right? I'm just assuming that. See, these two are acute angles. I'm just assuming any one acute angle as a theta, right? I'm just assuming angle C is equal to theta, right? Angle C is equal to theta. Now see that angle, see that for angle C, right? For angle C, AB is nothing but opposite side. For angle C, AB is nothing but opposite side, right? For finding angle C, right? AB is nothing but opposite side, and BC is nothing but for angle C. See that for which angle we are seeing that? For angle C only, right? For angle C, AB is nothing but opposite side and BC is nothing but adjacent side. What is my adjacent? Nearer, and opposite is nothing but straight opposite, right? So for angle C is nothing but, right? For angle C, right? Angle C or theta is nothing but, right? For angle C or theta is nothing but opposite side is equal, right? Opposite side is equal to AB and adjacent side is equal to BC. Suppose I'm just assuming that, and the angle C is not an acute angle. I'm just assuming angle A is equal to acute angle, right? I'm just taking as angle A is equal to acute angle. Now see that adjacent opposite will get changed, right? So see that for angle A, right? This is angle A. For angle A, now BC is the opposite side. For angle A, BC is the opposite side, right? For angle A, BC is the opposite side, and AB, what is AB? AB is the adjacent side for angle, right? Angle A. For angle A, AB is the adjacent side. So this is adjacent side, and this is nothing but now opposite side. So now you have to understood this is adjacent and this is opposite, right? So now we can just come to that in a right angle triangle, right? What is it? I'm just taking, if I am taking that theta is nothing but theta is equal, right? I'm just assuming that angle C is nothing but theta, right? So what is it? Hypotenuse square is equal to opposite square plus adjacent square. Otherwise, if I am assuming this is nothing but theta, right? Angle A equal to theta, same thing. Hypotenuse square is equal to opposite square plus adjacent square, right? Opposite square plus adjacent square. But you want to understood which is called opposite side, which is called adjacent side, right? Which is called opposite and which is called adjacent. Why? Because now we are going to use adjacent side, opposite side and hypotenuse side. These three only we are going to use, right? By these three things alone we are going to use for the trigonometric ratio, for the first concept, right? For the first concept. Okay. Trigonometric ratios, right? Ratios based on the ratio, right? Based on the fractions, right? And these are equal. That's why we are using, right? So we are having 6. So sine theta, right? Sine theta, as I am taking as A, right? Sine A, theta centimeter, what is it? I am just taking as A, sine A, cos A, right? Tan A. These three are the very important, right? Sine, cos alone, based on the sine, cos alone, tan, cot, sec, cosec, all the 6 will be, what is it? Repeating, right? So sine A is nothing but, what is sine A is nothing but, the value of sine A is nothing but opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse, right? And cos A is nothing but adjacent side, right? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, right? See why sine A equal to opposite by hypotenuse, cos A equal to adjacent by hypotenuse means, see, I'm just explaining. See that I have drawn two types of triangle, two triangles, both the two right angle triangles, right? Two right angle triangles, and this triangle is nothing but the measurement is very small, right? And this is compared to this one, and this will be very big one, right? See that. Suppose I already told you that what is the formula of what is it? Sine theta is equal to what is it? Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. See, if a small triangle, I'm just finding that value of sine theta is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse, right? Some value. While you are solving that, right? While you are solving, here theta is nothing but I'm taking as C. So sin C is equal to some value, right? Some value. And taking that, here I am taking theta is equal to what is it? P. I am taking theta is equal to P. Here sin P is equal to same thing, opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side by hypotenuse. Both should be same or different. Sin theta and theta is nothing but here C. So sin C is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, right? So different measurement, it's not a problem, right? Different measurement, it's not a problem, right? But while we are taking the theta, if theta is equal to 30 degree, and here also theta is equal to 30 degree, sin 30 degree should be equal to, right? Sin 30 degree is equal to some constant value, right? So while we are solving opposite by hypotenuse, we will get what is it? While solving opposite side by hypotenuse, we will get a same value for a small triangle as well as for a big triangle. For small triangle also, for big triangle also, while we are solving, we will get the same ratio. We will get a same ratio. Whatever it may be, if the angles are equal, and the measurements are different, that's not a problem, right? But the angles are equal, then we can say that both the ratios will be always, it will be equal. Always it will be equal only. Suppose here 1 by 2 means, what is it? Sin C is equal to 1 by 2 means, right? This is a big triangle while we are solving, right? Sin C is nothing but theta is equal to 30, sin 30 degree is equal to some value, 1 by 2 means, and here also sin 30 is equal to, it should be 1 by 2 alone. It should be 1 by 2 alone want to come, right? Whether it is a small or it is a big triangle and the measurements are different, that's not a problem, right? When we are solving that, we are finding the trigonometric ratios, right? When we are finding the ratios, the ratios should be equal. Understood? The ratios should be equal. So that's why we are using this one, right? See, a very small example, right? We are having a a very big building or very big mountain. We'll take a very big mountain, right? We can't calculate the height of the mountain. Right? But easily we can find the height of the mountain. Very simple, by taking that taking the measurements of we are forming a small triangle opposite side for the mountain, right? When we are forming a small triangle opposite side for the mountain, right, we can easily find that, right? So same angle and same measurements alone will come, but what is the difference means, here we will find in terms of centimeter, but we will get here in terms of kilometer. That's all. That is a difference, right? That is a difference. So for finding that what is the distance or what is the height or angle, for all the purpose, right? A trigonometric is only very base, and that is the only thing we have with the help of the trigonometry alone we have finded so many things. Right? Here tan A is nothing but, right? Tan A is nothing but, I told you that for all that tan, cot, sec and cosec, we will write all the terms in terms of sin and cos. Tan A is nothing but tan theta is equal to, right? Tan theta is nothing but Sine divided by cos theta. Sine theta divided by cos theta. Alright. So what is the trigonometric ratio of sine theta? Sine theta is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. And what is cos theta? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse will get cancelled. So opposites divided by adjacent. So tan A is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. Opposite side divided by adjacent side, right? Tan theta is nothing but what is it? Sine by cos, right? While we are dividing sine by cos, right? The ratio of sine and cos is nothing but what is it? Tan theta, right? The ratio of sine is to cos is nothing but tan theta, right? So the cot theta is nothing but cot A is equal to, right? Actually, while we are writing the trigonometric ratios, right? How we will write means we will write in the form of what is it? Like a paw shape, right? Paw, right? This shape only. That is nothing but sine cos, right? Sine cos tan, right? Sine cos tan, right? Next cot sec and cosec, right? Sine cos tan sec, sine cos tan cot sec and cosec, right? Why I am writing this in this format means very simple. A sine is nothing but reciprocal of 1 by cosec. Sine is equal to reciprocal of 1 by cosec, and cos is nothing but 1 by sec, and tan is nothing but 1 by cot, right? While we are solving, we'll get a, this is nothing but there is a relation, reciprocal relation between what is that? Sine and cosec, cos and sec, and tan and cot. That means cot is equal to 1 by tan. Reverse order, right? Tan is equal to 1 by cot. Tan is equal to 1 divided by cot. Cos is equal to 1 divided by sec. Sine is equal to 1 by cosec. Then cosec is equal to, what is cosec? Cosec is equal to 1 by sine. 1 by sine. Reverse order, right? Sec is equal to, what is it? 1 by cos. Cot is equal to 1 by tan, right? So if you know the value of, if you know the trigonometric ratios of sine and cos, we can write all the values, right? I told you that tan theta is nothing but sine by cos, right? Writing that tan in terms of sine and cos, tan theta is equal to sine theta divided by cos theta. And cot theta is nothing but what is it? 1 by tan theta, the reverse order, right? So cot theta is nothing but cos theta divided by sin theta. Cos theta divided by sin theta. So what is the cos theta? Adjacent by hypotenuse divided by opposite by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will get cancelled. So what will get more? Adjacent divided by opposite side. So cot A is equal to adjacent side divided by opposite side. Adjacent side divided by opposite side. So first of all, we want to write that here sin A is nothing but what is that? A is nothing but acute angle. Sin A is nothing but what is it? Opposite by hypotenuse. Which side is called opposite side? BC. You have to write that. BC divided by AB. AB, sorry. AC. Hypotenuse is nothing but AC, right? And cos A adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is nothing but AB. It is equal to AB divided by AC, right? And then what is the reciprocal, right? Tan A is nothing but opposite by adjacent. What is the opposite side? BC divided by adjacent side. What is adjacent side? AB, right? BC divided by AB. And adjacent by opposite, that is nothing but AB by AC, right? Still we are having two more trigonometric ratios. That is nothing but what is it? CK and cosec. CK, already I told you that CK is equal to 1 by cos A. Sec A is equal to 1 by cos A. So sec A is equal to 1 by cos A. Cos A is equal to, already we know that. What is cos A? Adjacent by hypotenuse, right? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. When we are taking to the numerator, it will become what is it? Hypotenuse by adjacent side. So this is nothing but sec A is equal to hypotenuse side divided by adjacent side. Hypotenuse side divided by adjacent side. So what is hypotenuse side? AC. It is equal to AC divided by adjacent side. For theta, which is adjacent side, AB. So AC by AB. And next one is something but cosec A. Cosec A is equal to, what is it? Reciprocal of sin A, right? Reciprocal of sin A. What is the reciprocal of sin A? Hypotenuse by opposite side. Hypotenuse side divided by opposite side. That is something but AC by BC, right? AC divided by BC, right? These are the 6 trigonometric ratios, right? These are the 6 trigonometric ratios. Thorough this all the 6 things, right? I have written in the form of what is it? Adjacent, opposite and hypotenuse, right? And moreover, you just follow, just to copy down in your classworks also, right? Writing that tan, cot, sec and cosec, right? Tan, what is that? Tan, cot, sec and cosec in terms of cos and sin, right? Note down that tan, cot, sec, cosec in terms of sin and cos, right? So sin A is nothing but how we can write sin A is equal to 1 by cosec A. right? Or what is it? Cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A, right? Cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A, right? These are rough folks, right? Sin A equal to 1 by cosec A, and cosec A is equal to just reciprocal, right? Cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A. Next one is something but cos A. Cos A is equal to 1 by sec A. Sec A, or sec A is equal to, right? Sec A is equal to 1 by cos A, right? 1 by cos A. Still we are having tan and cot, right? So tan A is equal to 1 by cot A, right? Or how we can write tan A? I am writing tan A in terms of cot A. But suppose we needed tan A in terms of sin and cos means, so tan A is equal to sin A by cos A. Sin A divided by cos A. Next one is something but cot A. Cot A equal to 1 by tan A, or cot A is equal to, what is it? Cos A divided by sin A. Cos A divided by sin A, right? And these are the very, very important for the first concept. And moreover, one more thing we are needed. What is it? Very, very important. Yes, property. What is the property? Right angle triangle means always we want to use that property only. What is the property? What is the name of that property? Yes, Pythagoras theorem, right? Pythagoras or Pythagoras, whatever the pronunciation alone, right? Pythagoras theorem, right? Pythagoras theorem. It is nothing but in up to 9th standard, I think so. Up to 9th standard, how you have studied hypotenuse square. That is nothing but the longest side of a right angle triangle, right? The square of the longest side of a right angle triangle is equal to altitude square plus base square. Like this only you have studied. But in this triangle, right? In this chapter, now what word we are going to use? What word we are going to use? Adjacent and opposite side. Adjacent and opposite side. So hypotenuse square is equal to, right? Hypotenuse square is equal to, right? Adjacent square plus opposite square. Adjacent square plus opposite square. Understood? Understood? Suppose I am just to see that one more thing. I have to ask you one more thing, but don't write in the classwork. For only for your understanding purpose alone. Now I am asking, right? Suppose here I am just taking that acute angle as a C, right? I am just taking acute angle as a C, right? So I am just so sin C is equal to what is the value? Sin C is equal to what is the value? Sin C is equal to what is the value? See, don't write it ma. Just understanding purpose alone. Sin C is equal to, sin means always what is it? Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse, right? But here the acute angle is nothing but C, right? Sin C. Acute angle is nothing but C. So for C, which side is called opposite side? AB, right? AB divided by AC. See that the sides are different. Depends upon the acute angle, right? Sides are different. But you see that opposite, adjacent and adjacent hypotenuse and these things never get changed. That is the constant thing. So you have to thorough. You have to thorough. This is a constant one. Never it become change. Never it won't change, right? Based on the situation, we are taking and we are substituting and simplifying. Understood? So today's homework is nothing but, right? How many formulas we are having? 1, 2, 3, 6 and 6, 12. And nearly you are having 13 formulas, right? These 13 formulas, each formula you can write 5 times, right? Each formula you can write 5 times. It's very, very easy. I already told you that if you know sin A and cos A, the remaining all the things we can easily write it, right? But before that, we want to know the relation, right? Reciprocal relation we want to know that. What is meant by tan? Tan A is nothing but 1 by cot A, and what is it? Cos A equal to 1 by sec A, and sin A equal to 1 by cosec A. We want to know the relation. If you know the relation and just thorough these two formula, from the formula we can write all the formulas, right? So thorough the formula and see that you have to whenever we are needed, we have to write. Suddenly we have to write it, right? So thorough is the formula, right? And tomorrow onwards we will start sums in this concept, right? And this is your classworks, and today homework is nothing but writing 5 times. First thorough the formula and then write, right? Thank you.